It's the Weather Xtreme video, the afternoon edition for Wednesday, May 30th. I'm James Spann, watching active weather to the west, and we could see some active weather and should have some active weather before the week is over. Let's get in there and take a look. Peek some of the Skycam shots this afternoon. Sunny and hot. That's the Decatur Skycam up in the Tennessee Valley, overlooking the Tennessee River. Dew points have mixed down into the 40s. The air very dry, so no rain happening here this afternoon. There's a look at downtown Haleyville up in Winston County in northwest Alabama. And, hey, you got to check that Gulf Shores Skycam on the Alabama Gulf Coast overlooking the public beach as seen from the Phoenix All Suites on a sunny late May day. Got a kind of in-between action today. We've got what's left of Beryl over the North Carolina coast, and an MCS is over the Mississippi Delta west of the state. But around here, just kind of sunny and hot. Those are 2 o'clock observations, mostly upper 80s and low 90s. There's the radar at 2:38, and there's those big storms over Mississippi. They're starting to cross Interstate 55, and a number of severe thunderstorm warnings have been posted there. There's a severe thunderstorm watch, in fact, for a pretty good chunk of north and central Mississippi until 7 o'clock tonight. Logic would suggest those things will fizzle out as they hit the drier air over us, but they could make it to West Alabama, so we'll keep an eye on things. You know the deal when it comes to thunderstorms. What do? Expect the unexpected. Of course, the big action later today and tonight is way out west, a moderate risk of severe weather for a large chunk of Oklahoma up into southern Kansas, and surrounding that, a slight risk from the Mississippi Delta up into Nebraska and parts of North Texas. The tornado threat is highest north and west of Oklahoma City. 10% chance there. The hail is the big threat. Those are the big numbers. That's the hail percentage. Basically almost a 50-50 chance of 1-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a given point in that hatched area there in Oklahoma and Kansas. All right, tomorrow, slight risk over a pretty good chunk of Alabama. And the SPC guys maintain that enhanced 30% area over northwest Alabama. And we believe the main threat will be tomorrow night from hail and strong gusty winds. The tornado threat still seems to be relatively low. And on day 3, which is Friday, the severe weather risk is on to the east. There's the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Monday morning at 7 o'clock. About 1 inch expected. Sounds about right, although some spots could see more where the heavier storms develop, and we'll take whatever we can get. And let's not forget Beryl. That thing is down to 1,002 millibars, kind of sitting on the outer banks of North Carolina. The big range north of the circulation center where we had the onshore flow. And, of course, that's going to be headed out to sea as a post-tropical storm in coming days. We'll check the modeling. This is the 12Z GFS, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at 500 millibars. You can see the energy to the west. Down below that, we should see active convection mainly west of the state tomorrow. The morning and really much of the day, I think, will be dry. And then this is tomorrow night at midnight, or actually it's just after midnight, 1 a.m., early Friday morning. And that's when really the weather should be most active. The surface low is near Cincinnati, with the showers and thunderstorms stretching down into Alabama. And again, those could pack a punch. We think the main threat would be from a squall line with hail and strong straight-line winds. Could there be a tornado? Sure, but I'd say it's only an outside chance of that. And then midday Friday, trough goes negative tilt. The storms are sweeping out of here. And I'd say now that the main window for showers and storms about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening until maybe 9 a.m. Friday. If you got something planned Friday afternoon, Friday night, the rain should be long gone by then. And, of course, the good thing, temperatures start to cool down. In fact, the GFS is printing a high of 79 Friday. And that makes sense with the clouds and rain. And then Saturday looks gorgeous. Sunny, pleasant, low humidity. We'll start the day in the 50s. The GFS showing a morning low of 54, a daytime high of 83. Doesn't that sound good? And then Sunday, all of a sudden, look what's back. Moisture comes right back as that dry air doesn't last long. And this is suggesting we might want to mention some chance of scattered afternoon showers on Sunday. We'll kind of start to ease that in the forecast. High would be in the mid-80s if that's right. And then next week, we got kind of a weak northwest flow aloft, and that's going to open the door for any MCS that forms northwest of the state to move in here. And timing those out, it's impossible days in advance. There's Monday and there's Tuesday. And a week from today, pretty good trough carving out over the east and some type of backdoor front moving in here with colder air coming in from the north and east. And if that's right, that could give us a decent chance of rain and then cooler air. So it looks like the month of June is going to start off with temperatures below average for a while. And hey, we'll celebrate that. We'll check the end of the forecast on June 15th. Light variable winds aloft, and that looks very typical there for mid-June. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog. I'll be taking a couple of days off. Brian Peters, the man that looks like Colonel Sanders, will have the videos tomorrow and Friday, so he'll be doing one of those a day. I'll be back in the saddle here Monday of next week. So thanks for watching. Catch us on ABC 3340 News this evening if you can on the live stream of the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless. The first thing you've got to understand, you cannot rely on an outdoor siren. You cannot hear those inside a home, a building, a church. It won't work. You've got to get something inside your house. That's a weather radio or maybe a smartphone app. We work with a company that's developed a wonderful weather radio app for Android phones and iPhones. It knows where you are, and if you're in a tornado warning polygon, you get the warning. And if you're not, you don't. It's an effective device, and it's a great way to be sure you get the warning.